Hi and welcome. Today's video is for Module 4, how to write a design proposal and contract. A design proposal is not just about the pricing. It is a marketing tool for you to impress the client. The more details oriented and structured professionally sounds proposal, the fewer questions the client have to clarify with you. So over the 16 years of experience, I have collected so many design contract and proposal from various design professionals, from architects to interior designer, general contractors, and professional contract formats that I have compiled and customized for my own design business. And today I'm going to share that with you. So I'm going to share a computer screen so I can walk you through the whole process. The AIA design contract is very long. It's probably about 20 pages long or so. So I have condensed it to about 5 or 6 pages, but it's still very detailed and it includes all the legal terminology to protect you and your clients. All right, I hope you can see my screen okay. So I'm going to give you a template to this contract. If you want, just go to my website in the link in the description box below. It's very simple form. Just fill out your name and your email address and I will send it to your inbox. So first you can just use a logo. If you have a logo, just put it here and your contact information. And the first section, of course, is your information and the address, the clients, and regarding, and you give it a title. In this case, I am using a template from one of my projects, residential kitchen and bath renovation. This was a pretty extensive renovation project. So first thing, item number 1 is you give it a summary of your understanding about the scope of the project. And in my previous video, I talk about module 3, the design phases and construction documentation. And in that video, I talk about how to interview and collect data about the project and the clients. So if you missed that module, I will leave the link below and you can watch it. So let's assume you met with the clients, you collect the data, you have understanding about the job site, you did a walkthrough and interview the clients. And so the first thing is you give it a summary about the project, your understanding the requirement from the customer. So that's number 1, the project description, okay? And then number 2 is the scope of the project. This is where you list every key elements, requirement from the customer. Why is this important? If you don't list it here, oftentimes, and I experience this all the time, during the construction, the client changes their mind and they want to add more work that outside your contract. And they expect it to do it for free, okay? So the more details that you put, that you listed here, the better, not less. The more, the better. So on this project, it was a substantial renovation. The kitchen, they want a brand new kitchen and brand new bathrooms, 2 bathrooms. Okay, the guest bathroom and a master bathroom. So that's why I listed all the items, A, B, C, new kitchen layout, new cabinets, any new appliances and flooring materials, new toilet, new fixture, lightings, storage, new stair rails, whatever. On this project, they want to remove the fireplace and the partition wall, so that's going to be on the demolition plan. So you list it here, and any decorative elements, you need to list it here, okay? Number 3 is where you list your basic services. So in interior design, there are 3 phases. Phase 1 is concept design, which is also schematic design. Phase 2 is the design development, and Phase 3 is construction documentation, okay? And so same thing, number 4, construction development phase. Again, I just copy all the features above and I copy it here. Number 5, the additional services. So I do provide a complete design team, including architects, MEP engineer, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineer, and structural sometimes. So in this case, my intention is to reuse the plumbing, water line, and power line, so that way it will save time and money for the clients without having the MEP and the architecture design team involved. So that's why I just leave it blank, okay? But if the project require, then you can list their fee here. So the next thing is the payment schedule. So the way I set up my payment schedule is very simple. I only set up 3 invoices. In order for me to be efficient, smoother, I don't have an accounting department, account payable and receivable to send out invoices and collect payments. I'm doing everything myself. So I require a 50% deposit. The client approve the proposal and sign the contract, okay? So in this instance, it's $15,000 my design fee. I require $7,500 upfront once they sign the contract in order for me to start the project. And then the second payment will be invoiced by the time I deliver a design development phase that is approved and signed off by the client. And the remaining balance, which is between 10 to 15% of the total contract, will be due construction documents deliver. And of course, you have to put in there, they have 10 days to pay the invoice. If it past 30 days, you will charge an interest. And the professional rates, you want to list your hourly rates here. And also, if you represent the architect and engineer, you want to list their hourly rate here too. This is really important right here. I want to point out, if you're going to have the architect and other design professional fees included in your contract, I normally mark up 20%, okay? But a lot of time, if it's a big project and the clients prefer to deal with one person, which is you, and for number 7, you will list any exclusion. For example, if the clients want you to pull permit, you're gonna invoice them extra for that. Or if the project require, the building planning department require a meeting or any representation, you're gonna invoice them your time, your hourly rate on top of your original contract. So make sure any exclusion, you put it on here. And then reimbursable expenses, I set my traveling radius is around 50 miles. And if I have to travel beyond the 50 miles, or sometime I travel out of state, then I will invoice them for the expenses. Number 9 is the owner's responsibilities. Remember, this is a team effort. In order for the project to go smoothly without delay, you will need the participation responsible from the client to provide information needed on a timely manner, okay? And then number 10 is ownership documents, meaning you own the drawing. This is your design, this is your creativity, you own it. The owner cannot use your design to renovate another home. If they choose to use your design and apply that in another project, they need to notify you in writing, and you entitled to receive compensation for them to use your design. Number 11, for publicity, I want to put in this on here, and I want you to put on here because, of course, we It is our design, and I am very proud of all my projects. Of course, I want to use it for marketing purpose. I want to share it with the world about my work. So you want to disclose that on here. And number 15 is contract cancellation, either by the owner or by you. Sometimes you have to walk at a certain point, something happened along the way, and it forces you to make decision to walk away from the project. You have to list it on here that you will entitle for the payment of your time up until the cancellation, but it has to be disclosed on here. And then the attorney fees cost, should any reason that is come to the legal action, either by the owner or by you, to enforce any provision of this agreement, the prevailing party shall be entitled to reasonable attorney fee plus court costs. And then finally, your signature and deposit. And the last page, I always include like a CV, a resume that showcase, my services, my specialty, my portfolio, so this way the clients can see your experience and what type of project that you have done, okay? And also your background, your education, your credibility. I hope this video is helpful to you. If you do like my content, please give it a like, leave a comment below, or share with others to help me build my channel. On my next video, I will show you how to send the construction document out for bidding, assemble an estimate, and present that to the client if you want to become a construction project manager. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.